Hello, it's AURET here. Welcome to the essetinoartists channel, where we help you simplify your marketing so you can amplify your results and make more money doing what you love. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how to design a Facebook page cover like the one you see here on the screen, with a call to action so that you can entice visitors to your Facebook page to click on the button and go to your website to download a free guide, to check out a product that you have, or to take advantage of a discount or a sale that's happening in your store. So this is a very strategic yet simple way of doing a Facebook cover rather than just having your logo on it. We really want to make it inviting, have a photo of you, to have a statement about what it is that you do and how you can help others, as well as a picture of what it is that you're offering. In this case, it was a free guide, so we put a picture of a free guide here, and then an arrow pointing down to the button so that they click on that button on the Facebook page. I've designed hundreds of social media graphics and other types of graphics as well for my clients, so I'm going to show you how to make this. Let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do, we're in Photoshop here, I'm just going to pull this one separately, and we'll just have it here on the bottom so that we can always take a look at it and model it as a template. Now go to File and New. And the size of the canvas that you want to create is 1200 by 674. And then just make sure this is on RGB. 72 is fine, and let's hit create. So it's going to create that canvas in a separate tab. And we're just going to zoom out of here so we can see that. And just position this right here. All right, so you'll notice that the canvas that we have here is a little bit taller than this one, and that's just because I really want you to get a high resolution cover when you go to upload it and make sure it looks great on all devices. So we're actually making it bigger than what it's supposed to be so that when you go to upload it, it won't be blurry or fuzzy. That's the goal. So the first thing I want you to do is to go get a template like this one here, so that we're able to use it and see what's in the safe zone on both desktop and mobile. So for this particular one, you'll see I used this one. We can see exactly what's in mobile, what's in desktop. We're gonna go and download this one, and I'm gonna put a link in the description to the exact blog post. It's going to be this blog post right here from Louise Myers. Thank you, Louise, for your templates. You're going to head over right down to the bottom, Facebook page cover photo template upsized. So I want you to click right here, and when you click on that to download the large template, it's going to open up. You need to right click and save that image to your computer. So we're going to go back over here, go to File, Embed, and find that photo, and it's going to fit itself perfectly on the canvas. So first, come over here to the opacity and just kind of turn it down a little bit, because we're going to have that sitting on top of anything that we design, so we can see exactly what's visible on mobile and what's visible on desktop. The idea here is that you want to make sure all of your important information is right here in the center area so that you can see it on all devices. Okay, I'm going to click on the I button to hide that for now. So the first thing we're going to do is bring in a nice background. So you can either come in here to the Shapes tool and choose any sort of color you want. Maybe it's like a light baby blue, and then click and drag. For example, you can do something like this where it's just a solid color. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is bring in a photo of you. So you wanna make sure that the photo is a high resolution image of you, preferably on a plain background, but I'm gonna show you how to remove a background as well. So if you don't have a professional shot like this on a clean, nice background, or you don't have a photo of you that's like a transparent background, then it's totally fine. But if you do, definitely use that. It's going to be a lot easier to just bring you in and then go on to designing the other elements of your banner. So first thing, I'm going to bring in an image that doesn't have a clean background to show you. Let's do something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so we can see the entire photo. And then hit the check mark. All right, so if you have Photoshop 2021, there's a really cool feature that just allows you to automatically select the subject, and then you can easily remove the background. So to do that, you can go here, the quick selection tool, and then make sure you're selected on the image and hit select subject. If you have an older version of Photoshop, then you won't have this select subject feature. But what you can do is use the quick selection tool to just select yourself in the photo. And then once you've selected, it's kind of a little bit more of a manual process, but it still works. And once you have all of you selected, just right click, hit select inverse, and then come to the layer, rasterize it, and then hit delete on your keyboard. So for the most part, you could see, let's zoom in here. I'm going to put delete up there. For the most part, you can see that it did a good job. There are a few places here that need some touching up. So again, I'm going to use the quick selection tool and just click, and I'm going to hit delete again. This piece, I believe here was the wall. Whoops. You can just always hit Control Z and delete. I think I got everything else. All right, and all these other pieces here, we can just use the eraser and just get rid of that like so. All right, pretty decent job. Okay, let's zoom out, and you can come in here, and I'm gonna go to Edit, Transform, or Control T on your keyboard for PC users. And then you can come in here and adjust your sizing. So just make sure, again, remember our template. I'm going to bring this back up. Make sure your head doesn't get cut off on mobile. So you want to, I'm using my arrows here and using the select tool, kind of bringing it down so that my head isn't cut off when it comes to seeing the banner on mobile. So something like this would work out perfectly. Let's turn that back off. And what you can also do to kind of blend it into the background is change the layer to something like this, where it's called luminosity. And this kind of looks cool. It has a cool vibe about it. Kind of blends you into the background so that the colors don't stand out too much. Okay, so we have our photo of you in there. So next thing we want to do is your statement of what it is that you do. So how can you help others? What do you help your customers achieve? Or what problem do you solve for them? For uplifting leadership, they develop emerging leaders. So they help people develop leadership skills. For us, we help people start YouTube channels or create a YouTube channel and market themselves online. And there's so many other things that you can focus on in your business. You might have a whole list of things that you help other people with, but just focus on one. So here, I'm gonna have a statement. I'm gonna use the text tool, and let's make this bigger so we can see what the heck we're doing. Oh, and also probably changing it to black will help us see what it is. I usually like using like Nexa Bold or Lato. It's just really simple and bold font that's easy to read, rather than be careful from using like cursive fonts and things that are a little bit harder to read. So I'm going to put help you simplify your, okay, you see how it's molding in there? So that just means you need to adjust the line height so that we're bringing it down. And if it's all capitals, you can always come in here and just turn that off. So I think I like that better. We help you simplify your marketing. And again, I'm gonna just make this smaller and adjust the spacing as well between the letters so that we have more room to work with. Simplify your marketing so you can amplify your results. That's kind of like our tagline here. All right. So again, we want to make sure it's not, it's got to be in here, right? So let's move this down. Probably good to make it a little bit more smaller and less spacing. And if you want to highlight certain words, you can come in here. I'll probably make this italic simplify to amplify. All right, italicize. So you can spend more time on that. I'm just going to leave it there. It's in the zone, in the safe zone, so that's all good. Next thing we want to do is bring in a picture of what it is that we're offering and figure out what that call to action is. Is it to download a free guide? Is it to book a call? Is it to check out your shop, to get a discount? Any sort of freebie or enticing offer that you can think of for your business should be put on this banner. So let's bring in an image of your offering. I'm gonna go grab it. I already have one on my desktop somewhere. All right, so I have this over here. And if you are wondering how to make a 3D product graphic like this, by the way, guys, I'll link to that tutorial in the description. I show you exactly how to make this, and it's really easy. It's using an online tool. So I brought that in. We're going to make sure we can see it everywhere. See how it gets cut off? So we definitely want to make sure that we make things smaller here. So it's a lot of little adjustments, and these adjustments are important so that nothing gets cut off. There we go. That should do it. Okay, and the next thing that you want to do is have a call to action. So don't just leave it like this with a statement and your product. You want to tell people free guide, 15% off, discount, whatever you want to put on here, book a free consult. Very few words, like max 3 words on a highlighted block, and then we're going to put an arrow saying to click on the button. So you will need to, whatever call to action here that you have, you will need to change the button on your Facebook page to make sure it's in line, because there's many different call to actions that you can have on your Facebook page. There's a learn more button, there's sign up, there's shop now. So depending on what your offer is, make sure it's relevant to what they need to do. Okay, so let's do this part here. This is also a free guide that we're giving away. So let's zoom in. And you'll notice here it is kind of hard to read, and I would suggest making sure that, you know, it's not like, if you need to kind of make it bigger and put your text over here, you could do that too. You could have a call to action here. We might need to do that with this particular, because this is very tall, whereas the other one wasn't really in the other banner, but you can always make things smaller. So I hit Control T on my keyboard so that it automatically selected this. I'm just adjusting the sizing, and then we're going to put the button here. So, or not button, but a call to action. So let's use this yellow. I'm going to hold down Alt to grab that color and then click, and then make sure we're on the rectangle. Click and drag. So it's going to create a yellow rectangle for me. And then I want to put some text on there. So we'll hit the text tool. I actually don't like it when it uses the text within the rectangle, so I'm going to do it separately and then move it into place. And then we'll do free guide. Make that a bit smaller, or it didn't. I'm going to move it into place here. So whenever moving into place, make sure you have to select, hit the select tool and then click and drag. Let's adjust that again. Okay, and we'll make it a little bit wider so it looks like this. All right, and then see how it's like it's all black text, right? So we want to make sure there's contrast here. So I actually want to make this text white so that it stands out from the text over there. And then because it's white, I have to change the color of this rectangle. So we're going to double click here, and then I'm going to change it to this purple. All right, that looks much better. And then last part is we want to put an arrow saying click whatever the call to action button that you'll be choosing for your Facebook page below. All right, so to get the arrow, all you need to do is go to pixabay.com and then let's search for arrow. Pixabay is a site that has royalty-free images that I use all the time. So you can come and look for an arrow. I think something like this would be nice. And then see, it says free for commercial use, no attribution required. So let's download this. I am not a robot. Download. And then I'm gonna just click and drag that right into here. So that's kind of cool. It's like a illustrated crayon type or sketch arrow. So we'll do something like that. And then I'll put click, learn more below. Something like that. I think we said that there. So I'm gonna make this smaller and not bold, italicized, or we could do black and then the learn more in the purple. So we do this. You always want to be going for contrast when you're designing so that things just stand out nicely. All right, so that looks good. Let's again put that over here, make sure everything, we can see all the important information's in the middle. So that is good to go. I think we just need to select, see, I'm selecting all of this and then hitting shift, all of these layers, and just kind of moving it a little bit more towards the center. Just double check everything again. Looks good, and there you have it. All you need to do now is make sure you save your Photoshop file so that you always have this. You go to File, Save As, and then you'll do Facebook cover. I'm just gonna do test, save, and that will save the PSD file. And the second thing you need to do is go to File and save the image file, because the image file is what is going to be uploaded. So where it says save as type, just change that. You can either be a JPEG or a PNG, and then hit save. And there you have it. That's how you design a Facebook page cover with a call to action for your page so that people are enticed to go to your website. And all you need to do is just go ahead and upload that image file to your Facebook page. If you'd like me to design your Facebook page cover or any other social graphics, I'd be happy to help. Head down to the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to click the like button if you found this helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.